Okay, number 4 on the study guide, the equation is y is equal to 3 cosecant 2x minus pi. The amplitude would be none, because there is no amplitude for cosecant. The period would be 2 pi over b, which is the number in front of x, and it would end up being pi. The phase shift would be whatever's in the parentheses set to equal to 0, and would end up being pi over 2. Vertical translation, there is none because there's nothing outside of parentheses plus or minus. Okay, you would have to make a t-chart in order to graph it. So what you would do is you would start with your phase shift and add your period to it, and you would get 3 pi over 2. And to get every point in between, you would add the 2 points and divide by 2 to get the middle point, and then you do the same for each of the inner points. For the y values, you would write down the cosecant pattern, which is 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. And then you'd multiply by 3 because there's a 3 in front of the cosecant. So you would get, as your final y value, 0, 3, 0, negative 3, and 0. Okay, you would graph that on a graph. Your asymptotes would be at 0, so you'd put dotted lines everywhere there's a 0 on your y value. No, yeah, you plot your points. And then that would be your sine graph. And your cosecant graph would be the exact opposite of your sine graph, which means everywhere there's a point that is not on the x-axis, you would go the opposite way. And these lines are your asymptotes, and they are where your graph cannot touch. Side notes, these are the important things. All zeros are asymptotes. The pattern for cosecant is 0, 1, 0, negative 1, and 0. No amplitude because it's cosecant. The first point is the phase shift, and the last point is the phase shift plus the period. To get the middle point, you would add the first and last point and divide by 2.